I chose acupuncture probably just because of my upbringing, really. Um, my parents had quite a strong emphasis on kind of alternative medicine and complementary medicine, um, and as well I've kind of been brought up with that. I had a lot of that kind of treatment, and kind of was very inquisitive about it for a long time, but didn't really ask a lot of questions. Um, as well, kind of when I got into my teens, I experienced acupuncture for the first time and found it really effective. And also, my grandpa had a book about acupressure, and I remember beginning to read that and being really fascinated that there was these kind of channels of energy that ran in the body. So yeah, that's probably why. And I wanted to kind of go into a profession that would respect my ethical kind of values of how I see people, as well as going into something that I can is professional as well. So yeah, it's a holistic kind of approach. Probably a really inspiring teaching lesson I've had so far with being in the NCA was probably the classes we had with Nick. I've already trained in holistic massage therapy, and so I have a lot of interest in that. And Nick's approach to teaching and to the kind of the subject matter is really, really special, I think. He works with your intuition and not just what you're thinking intellectually. And the classes we've had with him I found very inspiring, learning how contact can be very, very powerful and very transformative with people. And I think even before you get the needles involved, a lot can happen. And building that relationship with your patient and the peers as well has been really quite special through kind of learning the body work, and for me that's been really inspiring. In terms of how I'm changing, I imagine it's kind of a ever-growing process of change. I think it's very interesting in kind of Eastern thought that change is something that's very accepted, and I suppose maybe learning Chinese medicine is making me more aware of how change occurs. I think change is inevitable, and I'm at a stage of my life now where change is very quick, and it's a bit overwhelming, really. But in terms of learning Chinese medicine, I suppose I'm learning to be more aware of how changes happen and the effects they have, instead of just kind of going along. And yeah, I think suppose learning about the five elements and things, seeing it's a continuous process and applying that to my own life. And I suppose I've had to change a lot in terms of just the practicalities of coming here and doing this. But yeah, I suppose it's more my perspective that's changed.